I'm about to drive my truck onto a boat that's going to take us all the way to Palma in Mallorca so that we can go to a festival in Magaluf. At this rate, I'm going to be coming back as a sea captain in my next life because I've been on so many ferries the past few weeks. This one definitely felt the most outdated that I've been on. I'll show you a bit more in a minute about why I feel that way. However, we were packed on so much, it was like sardines, the amount of trucks that they got on that deck. We drove on forwards up that steep ramp. You can see one of the other drivers has just gone up in front. So up the steep ramp, and then I've had to do this once before on a ferry up in Scandinavia, but this one was a lot more, it was bigger, but we were tighter packed, so there was more trucks. So jacked it all the way round, did a nice big U-turn. Luckily we were still the first few ones on, otherwise it would have got a lot harder. All the way round. Now, I have no shame saying that it took a couple shunts to get in where they wanted it to, and it took quite a while to actually figure out where they wanted the truck to go, because I thought I was going to be reversing back. So I pulled forward, tried to get it as tight to the left as I could. My mirror that faces down towards my blind side was like skimming the curtains on the other trucks, so it was incredibly tight. He folded in both my mirrors, so I couldn't see anything. I was just relying on him, and he was great. And then I actually pulled forwards, which was the bit I was confused about. Again, he was spot on. He told me exactly what I needed to do. It wasn't particularly hard, but again, it obviously did take a bit of manoeuvring. You can see everyone else slowly coming on. Up the steps, nothing like P&O, there was no lifts, straight up to this deck where there was a lot of cars. Now, we were on the overnight boat, so it meant that we got on there about 10 p.m. And then the ferry, this one in particular, was 9 hours all the way to Mallorca. Picked up my key card, headed to the cabin. We did get 3 bottles of water in the room, although there was one slight issue. I've just checked into my room. When we was getting our tickets earlier, they were saying that it's 2 per cabin, so I could be in with another female. I'm sitting here waiting. We've still got an hour until the boat leaves, so hopefully not, but we shall see if anyone else turns up. Panic over, nobody turned up. It was just me and Bear in the room, thankfully. Had a good night's sleep, woke up quite early, brushed my teeth, got all my stuff together, and then headed out to the deck because I wanted to see the sunrise. Now, it was really dark when I first got up. I got up way too early, but as we was coming into Mallorca, the sunrise was so nice. It was a really good boat because of being able to catch it at the right time. And apart from that, the boat was fine. I say it was outdated, it just felt a little bit old. I didn't eat any of the food. The cabins was fine. I'm always grateful to have a bed and somewhere to sleep. And again, being in Mallorca was actually really special, so I definitely wanted to film this trip, as I don't think it's something that's done very often. Now, you can see how tight it was going back onto the deck. All the other trucks had arrived. I did actually fit into the door through that gap. I had to sort of push myself up onto the side and throw my bag in. But then getting out was even worse because I had to reverse enough to give myself an angle to then swing out to the right, but obviously without hitting anything. And my mirrors were still folded in, so I was relying on the poor guy again, and he was telling me what to do, which was really good. Headed out off the boat. I was the last one of the 4 of us, so they were waiting for me down the bottom, you can see here. I know this is just another ferry video, and I've done quite a lot recently, but I think it's interesting to showcase the differences on the ferries that we go on, and I'm grateful to do these trips and show people what it's like to make these music events happen.